right now. He's done a tremendous job in the last 5 minutes, on both ends of the floor. He's taken over the offense completely, and he's guarded Allen, and Allen has not scored since he's been moved over to him. But just part of that transfer lane that Eddie Sutton has developed at Oklahoma State and has been very effective with it. Not just junior college transfers from Division I programs. On the floater, Beauty. Joey Graham and his brother out of Central Florida transferring to the Cowboys. There's we said, Billy, a long, successful history of that for Eddie Sutton with Stillwater. He's had 17 Division I transfers since he's been in that program. There's Allen going inside again. Never had the easy putback that appeared to the false right through his hands, and the Cowboys commit the foul. They've now missed the last, 6 shots from the field. What has been interesting is that Pitt is getting Oklahoma State after that immediate run that Oklahoma State had to start this ball game. Pitt is getting Oklahoma State to play their game. It's just amazing how it's changed. They've gone inside. They're turning it into a little bit of a slugfest down inside, keeping the ball away from the perimeter. Krauser doing a good job initiating the offense. And here's Mark Matera with the headband on, 21 for the Panthers. A good shooter, the kind of guy that can step out and make the jump shot. Graham will have to be aware of that. He's a beautiful move. Last pick down the floor. One more time. And he's heading to the line. This has been the Krauser show right now. He's done a tremendous job in the last 5 minutes, on both ends of the floor. He's taken over the offense completely, and he's guarded Allen, and Allen has not scored since he's been moved over to him. Witherspoon whistled for that one. So Krauser out of the Bronx. Got his family here, a whole lot of friends coming over. So what's really interesting about this Pitt team, you think of the 2 great years they've had back-to-back now, and really have their program in great shape. They have not had a first-team All-Big East player. It shows the balance that this senior-oriented team has put on the floor at Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all talking? Y'all talking? You know what today is, right? What's today, Miss Pearly?
Today is the day you motherfuckers is gonna kick it.
Yeah, baby. I appreciate you, NBA Hall of Famers, for showing me love. Thank you so much, man. The future Hall of Famers for showing me love in the NBA. And Zach Randolph from the Memphis Grizzlies. And Tony Allen, who also played for the Memphis Grizzlies. And Rashard McCants, who played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Always love and respect to you guys and your families. And always love and respect to Out of the Mud podcast. Everyone go check them out right now. Now take a listen to what they said and the love they shown me. Legend of legend, I appreciate y'all. Right over left, we the best. X up, it's showtime. Showtime!
I look back at the McDonald's All-American game, everybody came out like this. You ask Melo what that is. Ask Amari what that is. During that time, go back to the picture where everybody came out when they got their name called. Yeah. They did this. Because that's total domination. That's how we practiced when we was there. I said, hey, look, our mindset is we're going to dominate. We're going to kill them. We're going to jump on them early. We're going to kill them. So everybody was like, yeah, practice. I got this from Carl Krauser, too. Shout out to Carl Krauser, Pittsburgh.
Let me give you a story on Carl Krauser since you said Carl Krauser. I got Pittsburgh. Carl Krauser was in Pittsburgh. So we got them in the Elite Eight, right? So I think I must have fouled him or something. Like he going to the hole. He's steady throwing up right? So I must have fouled him. Yo, he stopped mid-foul and said, yo, word the mother, you foul me like that again, son, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Hey, he's trolling you. He's trolling you like a motherfucker. Hey, he stopped mid-sentence. Hey, on God, I swear to God, you hit me one more time.
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm gonna slap the
He
shit
meant
out of you.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
like, man, if you don't
He
knock
playing
it out.
around. Then he hates your defense. He's like, man, you getting on my fucking nerves.
I was slapping his ass.
You
I
getting on my
had
fucking
Jewish
nerves.
pay that. I kept getting switched off on him for some reason, but he was killing that whole tournament, but it's funny that we played him. So
Yeah.
big shout out to Carl Craft.
Yeah, Carl get a BX, bro. So that was the whole mentality. My freshman year going into that whole McDonald's shit was dominating. I had 23. Should have been MVP for sure.
Hail to the king, baby.
Who's in control now?
Welcome to Respect My Journey. I'm your host, Carl Krauser, the Cruising King, King Krauser, a.k.a. that old black magic. Positive vibes while I'm alive. Blue vibes, that is. Believe love unites everyone and everything. That's a fact, Jack. Always love, man. Blue vibes. It is live action today. Shout out to Bronxdale. Shout out to St. Croix, VI, all over the Virgin Islands. Respect to all of you. Respect to my Magic Worldlies, my family. Respect to my blood family, all of y'all. Respect to everybody who has love for me and throws up that right over left. We the best for the X, because the X marks the spot for the Bronx and the love that the world has for me, where I came from, the BX, the Bronx, New York City, Bronxdale Project. Shout out to High Bridge and respect to everywhere in New York City and the Bronx. Now, with that said, I'm glad y'all here with me because I have received a message. I have been sent a video of some future Hall of Famers from the NBA who has the great podcast called Out of the Mud. Now, for those of you who don't know who are the hosts of this podcast, it is no other than NBA All-Defensive Team Tony Allen, who played at Oklahoma State, and NBA future Hall of Famer Zach Randolph, a.k.a. Zebo, another great. He played at Michigan State, and he played for the Memphis Grizzlies. Tony Allen played for the Celtics and the Memphis Grizzlies as well. So you can imagine how they got the podcast. You know, we're working together as professional basketball players down in Memphis. For those of you who don't know that don't play basketball, the Memphis Grizzlies, self-explanatory, it's down in Memphis. Great NBA team and great ownership, and great organization. The Celtics as well. Great ownership, great organization, Hall of Fame organization, class act. I actually worked out for the Boston Celtics. Tony Allen was right there, and my brother Ryan Gomes, who played with me at Notre Dame Prep, he was right there too when he was playing for the Celtics. Now, they had a special guest that was on their show, and his name is Rashad McCants, young brother Rashad McCants. He played at the University of North Carolina. Yes, with Michael Jordan, James Worthy, Sam Perkins, Kenny the Jet, New York Smith, where they played that. You know, Ed Coda, Vince Carter, Anton Jameson, Shamar Haywood. You know, Brandon Haywood. You know, we can just keep going. Mr. McGinnis, we can just keep going. Mr. Jerry Stackhouse, stack 'em up, Stackhouse. You know, all of the guys, man, all of the fellas, man. I don't want to forget Big Brian Reese from New York City. All of y'all greats, man, that played in North Carolina. Every single one of y'all, salute to y'all and respect. Now, and respect to all of those who went to those respectful universities, you know, in Oklahoma State and in Michigan State as well. Because we remember Mateen Cleaves and those guys winning the championship back in the day. I remember all of that, you know. So respect to all of you guys, because I'm a big student of the game, and I love the game, and I respect and love what all of you have done for the game of basketball and how you inspire other boys and girls and other people to watch the game, to play the game, to love the game, and support the game that we all love. Back to live action. No, wait a minute. They was talking about on the podcast, you know, Rashad McCants. I played against Rashad McCants in prep school when I transferred and I left out of when I was expelled out of St. Thomas More after winning the championship. We just gonna keep this infinity, give you this truth juice. And I went over to, I was blessed to be.
You can't handle the truth.
And I was blessed to find another school with Coach Bill Barton and Notre Dame Prep down in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Now, St. Thomas More is in Oakdale, Connecticut. You know, it's the sticks out there. Remind me of Children of the Corn. It's kind of crazy. And this prep school life is different, you know. And you have to endure a lot. You have to take a lot. And you have to go through a lot. And you have to adjust and adapt. And you have to make whatever experiences and opportunities you have, you have to maximize them and do the best you can and learn as you grow. And that's what we did. So we had great competition in the prep school game. Both years I was there, you know, and both years I played in prep school. That's what I mean. So playing against Rashard McCants down in New Hampton, he played at New Hampton Prep. I went down. That was my third game, I think. Yep, I think it was my third game playing with, you know, Brandon Robinson and Joel Wiggin and Mike Cleaves and Jermaine Fitch and all of the rest of the, you know, ballers, my man LZ Bibbs and the rest of the good guys from down Notre Dame, you know what I mean? It was a blessing. My man Ajabi Gillis, all of you guys, you know what I mean? It was my man Charles Ford, all of y'all, Ryan Gomes, Joel, like I said, everybody, just all my Notre Dame brothers. It was a blessing playing my STM brothers too. Who you with? You already know what it is. Y'all know when I say that, you know what it is. STM go to work. So back to live action, we have the game versus New Hampton Prep. It was crazy. It was a goodie. It was a nice gym. It was loud. They had a couple of good ballers going to different schools, Indiana and other schools. And man, we went down to the wire. It was crazy. Rashard McCants was doing his thing. He was going at our 2 guard and 3 guard. He was putting in work. I was putting in work. I was talking trash at him because he wanted to be like Vince Carter so bad. That's one of his main players. And I don't like people that like to copy people. So, you know, when I seen him making all the Vince Carter faces and all of his moves and everything, I was like, this guy's trying to copy VC. He's trying to copy Vince. This is crazy because he was going to North Carolina. So it was amazing. He kind of looked like Vince, you know what I mean, with the bald head and everything. It was funny. He was athletic as ever, and he was a great player. And he put in work, and I was killing them. Oh, my goodness. You know, I told you I learned how to play with everybody. I adjusted, adapted to my situation. Now, I told you I just came from St. Thomas More. It was my third game playing with Notre Dame Prep. Mind you, they had plays and everything else. I adjusted, adapted to the situation, and I made it seem like we was playing there together for years. And that's what good point guards do. You adjust and adapt, and you put people in good situations for good opportunities, and then you take your time and you get yours. You know what I mean? Good guards know how to get theirs in the flow of the game. So, with that said, man, we were going back at it. I'm talking trash to him. He's talking to me. You know what I mean? I was like going crazy. I'm like, yo, you soft. Like, you know what I mean? You could just see certain things. I'm like, yo, come on, yo, you ain't like that. Like, and we talking, we going back, and we had our battle. So they won the game too. Rashard McCants was too much for the 3 and 2 guard for us, man. I can't guard everybody and do everything. So we lost that battle. It was a great game though, and it's something else for me to tell in a different way. Maybe I'll have a chance to share that with you and with Rashard McCants on my podcast, Respect My Journey. That'll be coming soon. And maybe I'll have a chance to interview with Tony Allen and Zach Randolph as well. That'll be a great opportunity to do that and showcase my broadcast skills and also my journalism skills and also my interview skills. You know what I mean? Because I'm a well-rounded man. I know how to do it all. And hey, it's always positive vibes. And I respect those guys. And those guys have done a lot in life. And I would have loved to have played on that level because everybody knows I could have played on that level. And it's been amazing. It's been a great opportunity to have been blessed to be such a great collegiate player and have a professional career overseas as well. So, with that said, after we had our battle, it was great to see Rashard McCants, you know, move up through the ranks and you know, get to the NBA and do his thing. But it's also great to have these memories a part of your journey, because when those guys are talking about me on the podcast and Rashard McCants brings up the X and the X sign. See that symbol right there, that iconic symbol, that means a lot to me because I'm from the Bronx, an iconic place in the world. Not only in just New York City, the world, Craig, not just the city, the world. You know what I mean? And it means everything, the world to me, man. My heart, everything beats the Bronx, New York, and Virgin Islands, St. Croix. Always, every day, all day. It's just what it is. So when we're faced with challenges, we had to overcome all type of different challenges in New York City. That's just unreal, and it comes so fast. Everything happens so fast. It could be from a female, male. It could come and happen at any time. The New York minute is really a New York second, so you really sometimes don't have a chance to get ready. That's why people will tell you to get ready, stay ready, because you got to stay ready when you get out the house. You have to be ready already when you walk out that door. And we're tough people, you know what I mean? Our character, our makeup is tough. There's no back down. So when we're faced with opposition that wants to, feel like they tough, it's just not going to work because we're going to show you we tougher or we're stronger, you know what I mean? And that's just that. There's no back down. I'm from Bronxdale Projects. There's no back down from near one of us. We don't back down in Bronxdale. It's just what it is. So when I teach people, when I played the game, I taught my teammates and I promoted, we take over, we dominate, we take everything from people. We don't play with you, we take everything, because that's how it was given to me in New York. That's how the game was given to me in the Bronx, New York. It was straight raw, straight gritty and grimy, and you had to play hard and play tough or you wasn't going to get on the court. We used to play these games called freeze, where it's 20-some people on the court or 15 people on the court, and you used to have to win, and you have to win the game. You know what I mean? Sometimes the game would be 32, sometimes be a different score to 44, and you used to have to win the game. And I used to be the shortest one out there winning the game against older, taller people and different sizes and ages. So that right there, playing against all those people, that sharpened my skills a lot, because I always stayed in the park to try to sharpen my skills. Just like I always did with fighting. I always made sure I sharpened my skills, because you got to be able to fight too in New York City and the Bronx, especially in Bronx there. So there was never a time when you could back down, because that can be your last day of having a somewhat comfortable, upbringing while you're outside and enjoying life, or trying to enjoy life, because it's tough to exist and live in New York City, especially in Bronx. So that taught me a lot, and it built a lot of character with never letting nobody take nothing from me, and taking anything from anybody else that thought they can take something from me, and just making sure they understood when they came across me, when they came across Carl Krauser, they understood everything from the Bronx, New York was embedded in me. It came out and it showed, and I represented every time. And he took a liking to what I was doing, because he seen I had no fear. He seen I had my troops ready. He seen I had them ready to run through a wall for me, and we was going hard. You know what I mean? And we were playing hard. And that's when he took from watching a good point guard, a great point guard, and then he took the X sign and said what? Total dominance. And he showed it, and he talked about it. And this is all I wanted to do, is inspire people like him, younger people that was coming up, or other people I played against. Fam, I'm not really against you. We playing the game right now. On this court right here, yeah, I'm against you. I don't like you. This is just a fact. This is just the way, because that's how they used to play the game. I took that. You know what I mean? I watched Michael Jordan videos. Michael Jordan wasn't playing no games with nobody. Not one person. He wasn't playing any games. And I took it just like that. That heart and spirit and that competitive spirit. I played with that type of, I'm never going to quit. I'm not getting tired. I'm going to stay in shape. I'm always be available. I'm always be engaged and in tune and focused. I'm always going to be ready. You know what I mean? Because when my numbers call, I want to be ready. And I never want nobody to be able to take advantage of me. And if the only way they could take advantage of me, if I'm not in great shape, in great condition, if I'm not focused, if I'm not ready, if I let them get them out my game. If I let them get me out my game and I'm not really focused, no, you can't do it. So just to have that will, that passion, those different intangibles to make you a great championship leader, those are the things I installed in myself for watching Magic Johnson and all the greatest and all the best point guards, Isaiah Thomas. You know what I mean? These are the guys that I love. I mimicked myself after watching those guys, Anthony Hardaway, Tim Hardaway, all a bunch of people, Rod Strickland, a lot of the greats, a lot of people, man. I can go on. But watching Rashad McCants grow and hearing him talking about how I impacted his life so much when he played in that McDonald's All-American game, because little that you know, I was supposed to play in the McDonald's All-American game as well before I had transferred and got kicked out of St. Thomas More and went to Notre Dame. When I was at St. Thomas More for that senior year, they was going to give me a pardon like they gave Ed Cota to play, you know, so things were going to get different for me, and you would have seen me be at McDonald's All-American as well, because we just won the prep school championship, like I said. So the previous year, my junior year. So everything was looking up, and I never got a chance to play my senior year in St. Thomas More. I played it at Notre Dame Prep, and which was a great experience, man. And it built a lot more character, you know what I mean? And it was amazing. But it's so cool to hear Rashad McCants be able to go out there and talk about me in a respectful way, but at the same time have my man TA, man, we got cool real quick after the game. He showed me love, and just look, I got to laugh at this, you know, because when people tell stories, you know they don't want to tell the stories, man. This dude was kicking our ass. He was just, oh man, he was just going crazy. They didn't want to tell the stories, you know. Hey, he was hard. Nah, he did show love. I'm not gonna say he didn't show love. He did show love and say I was tough, you know what I mean? But that funny story told how I was like, you know, word to my mother, son. Yo, I crack up because people don't know how serious I was. Like, I was just tired of getting fouled and getting cheated, and it was getting way past annoying. And now, man, sometimes, you know, I forget where I'm at, and I just be ready to fight. And I don't be caring how tall you are. He wasn't too much. He was a couple of inches taller than me. That was about it. He's just like 6'5", I'm 6'3". So you do the math. You know what I mean? So anyway, and this is what we do at home. We fight. Like, so we would have been two fighting motherfuckers out there. You know what I mean? That's just that. But that would have been the most idiotic thing to do, because what did I just talk about? Staying focused and being engaged and in tune. You know what I mean? And you can't lose your head out there because the defender is grabbing you and holding you and doing all of this, or the ref isn't calling fouls. You have to stay strong and poised with the ball, and you have to stay strong and solid within your body and in your mind. And you have to play the game the right way. You know what I mean? My brother was there in the stands, and he was about to come over the stands, and I had to tell him to calm down. This is how real this was in life. That's my older brother, you know, so he sees me get mad, and he's the one woke me up out of this joint like, hey, what you doing? You in the NCAA tournament, Sweet 16, and you ready to fight this dude for what? Like, don't worry about him. I was like, you're right. Spike Lee, everybody's there. My mom and dad is there, as you see in this video. You're going to see in the video. So, but yeah, man, shout out and respect always to Tony Allen and Rashad McCants and Zebo, man, for showing me love. This was so cool. It was funny. God bless, I can get on the podcast with y'all and we can talk about the basketball game, and we can share some more stories, or God bless, in the future you be on my podcast and we'll talk and vibe, you know what I mean, and keep it light. I appreciate y'all, you know, because some of these videos, man, I'll be like, what? It make me think of this. Then sometimes I be like, sometimes I just in my head, I'll be thinking of stuff, and people be like, you know, he's trolling. Rashad McCants is like, he's trolling. I'm like, trolling? What the hell is trolling? You know, I felt old for like 2.2 seconds. I'm like, trolling? We wasn't even doing no trolling, playing no trolls. Ain't nobody playing no trolls. I don't know if we talking about no trolling. What you talking about? I was dead ass serious. I did that to him too. Like, telling them shit, and they both stopped fouling me like that. And they both stopped guarding me like that. So I'm just saying, hey, and he was cool. They both dapped me up after the game, showed me mad love. Tony Allen was like, yo, you a dog. Yo, you a dog ass. And you a dog ass. I was like, yo, I appreciate it. Because, you know, I ain't want to shake no hands. Because after the game, I wanted to get up out of it. And I'll tell y'all another story after that, you know, another day, tomorrow. I'll tell y'all another story tomorrow. How I went in there after the game, and You know, it was different what I said to the Washington team with Nate Robinson and Roy and the rest of those guys. But hey, you know, it's a part of life and it's a part of the journey, man. I'm just happy that you guys, you know, can respect mine. And I'm glad that you guys can see that I've been playing against a lot of great players throughout my whole entire life. My whole entire life. I represent the Bronx, New York. And I really, really, really do love everybody, all the ballers that I played with and played against from the Bronx, New York, from all over New York City, not just our boroughs, all over New York City and out of state and all over the world. Everybody that I played with, that, you know, we chill, we vibe. Y'all know how I give it up. Y'all know how I am, and to a certain extent. And y'all know I only want people to do well, and I want to win. And I always, always, always expect maximum effort. You know, I demand maximum effort because I'm going to go out there and play hard. I'm going to run through a wall for you. I always have your back, and I want you to have my back. And in this video right here, I'm going to show you how when Tony Allen had me cracking up, he talking about knock it off. I see you. Thank you for watching my video, but you got to knock it off. You got to knock it off. We at you, TA. Talking about you. Lock me up. No way. And Rashawn McCrans, you got to knock it off too, brother. Because you talking over here out your chicken chew is talking about what? He said that because he likes your defense. No, I didn't. You can't speak for me. I got love for you, but you can't speak for me. We different. I'm not playing. We are so different. I didn't say none of that because I like this defense. Y'all was up there grabbing and holding me, trying to guard me, and y'all can't guard me. So I'm always project at you. That's just 1 + 1 = 2, never 2.5. You do the math. And then for TA talking about you lock me up, please knock it off, champ. Kio, K-I-O, knock it off. I'm going to show you in these videos how much you was locking me up and who was getting locked up. And when that 6'3", 6'2", that want to play 6'3" guard was guarding him, what happened? And I was in foul trouble the first half, second with 2 fouls because they just kept calling weird fouls. Well, I got those 2 fouls. That was my foul. But the rest of the fouls, they was trying to cheat us already, and they was making it obvious. So I wasn't trying to pick up other extra quick fouls so they can try to do, you know, take me out the game, and then y'all can have an easier time winning the game. Nah, silly rabbits. Tricks are for kids. Zebo, get your man over there. Pick him up. We was going to work on him, champ. But y'all got the dub. Y'all got the dub. You see, y'all ain't have John Lucas over there trying to guard me. I would have gave him the blues like I did in Houston, and John Lucas gave him the blues. Yeah, but that's for another day. That's for another day. Thank y'all again, Zebo and Out the Mud. Thank you again, TA and Out the Mud. All of y'all. Thank you, Rashad, my bro, for showing love. All of y'all, man, we need to always respect each other's journey, man, and show love to everybody. Thank y'all again. I seriously, humbly appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for speaking up and showing love. I see y'all again. Easy you, easy me. X up. Am. BX. St. Croix. B.I. Pick up your chest.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. Hail to the king, baby.
Thank you to the future NBA Hall of Fame ballers and the ex-NBA baller Rashawn McCants for showing me love. Respect my journey. Let's go.